Welcome to Postcard from Poprad. I'm trying to do this like Uncle Eric, but that's not going to work. This is Rach coming to you from Adelaide in Australia. Now, Uncle Eric is here, but he's not allowed to talk. So this is going to be really interesting. He's allowed to talk a little, but I'm going to have to visit him. He's not allowed to talk a lot, and so this is going to be, well, I don't want to say boring. What I'll say is challenging. And also what's tricky is that I can't see any of your comments. So I'm going to have to guess what they are. I'm sure that Trina is here. I'm sure that Axel is here. I'm sure that Paul, the producer, is here. I'm sure that Michael is here. I'm sure that Ian is probably here.
Steve
I'm
Mann.
sure.
Steve Mann.
Well, I was going to say him next. Steve Mann. And insert asinine comment here from Steve Mann. And then I'm guessing in the You Now sphere, we maybe have Disney Girl. We maybe have Liam. We maybe have who's the turtle from New Zealand? Do they still turn up?
Yeah. Yeah. Do you want me to? Shall I do a few?
Just do a couple, not many.
Oh, okay.
Was I right though? Basically.
Yes. Paul the producer. Disney Girl. And
great, I was right.
Yeah, you were absolutely right. Oh, hang on, I got my bits in the wrong places. Axel's there. He says hello, Susanna and Rachel and Eric. News is coming out that the English football team Sheffield Wednesday has gone into administration owing £1 million to HMRC. Just complain about them, mate. Just put in an official complaint.
But Eric can't talk about that today. I'm sorry. But he can't talk about that today. We've tried this before with Eric not talking, but this is serious. This is like the doctor has said. He can't, but he didn't want to cancel the show, which I think is galactically stupid. However, we won't be able to do at-length chit-chats about things that I don't understand, like things that are bad in Britain. So I apologise, and I don't mean to be rude and cut you off, and we do care, but we've just got logistics troubles today in answering those questions.
Right.
So, can I come back now?
Yes.
Okay, so the GO is that I'm going to try and do this, and if I don't do this successfully, I'll have to answer to Susanna, which I do not want to do, to Mrs. Wilshire, which I do not want to do, to the doctor, which I do not want to do, and above all things, I will have to answer to Elizabeth, which I do not want to do. So we all have to just get on board and get with the new program. Now, I'm going to start you off today. I'm going to start you off, everybody, with our days, of course. It's October the 24th. It's Friday. It's always a happy day. Now, when we do these, usually we'll do a bit of back and forth with Eric. That's not going to happen. Well, it may be a bit. But I've got to tell you that, do you know what? Today is World Kangaroo Day, which is very interesting because as far as I know, other than in zoos, they're not all over the world, but we'll celebrate them just the same. Would you like to hear some interesting facts about the kangaroo?
Yes.
Oh, great. That was a good answer. Nice and short. Now, remember that there's the population of Australia is 26 million. We've got a little baby population compared to most of you, but we have a bigger land area than most of you. And there's a little map that I send around on Facebook periodically, and it's a map of Australia, or not a true map, but it's the outline of Australia, and then they are superimposed over the top of it Europe, UK, and a bunch of other things, and it fits in all of it with room to spare. So that's how big we are. Now, back to our friends, the kangaroo. The kangaroo, the Australian government estimates that there were 42.8 million kangaroos within commercial harvest areas of Australia in 2019. So now, who knows, massive. So there's lots and lots of different kind of kangaroos, but I think the ones that everybody's most familiar with, that we see on the internet when people try and fight them, and that's quite funny. And usually it's drunk people, which you'd have to be inebriated to even think you could do this. I mean, back in the olden days when I had a couple of fizzies, I thought I could write the great Australian novel. Turns out that wasn't true. So here we go. The red kangaroo is the one that you're seeing the most of on the internet. They're the largest. They're the largest species of kangaroo, and they can stand as tall as 6'7". When they get on their tail, when they're ready to fight, and they stand up on their back legs and they've got their tail, they're balancing on their tail, they can be up to 8 foot tall, which is very, very large. And you'll notice too in those videos and in the photos that you'll see when they're ready to fight, they're ripped, they're jacked. These guys, they've got so much muscles, and can you imagine trying to fight one? Because all their power comes from their tail. They sit on their tail, and when they want, and then they attack you with the legs, and then they'll give you a good scratch with the claws, and ouch, it's all over for you. But when you meet them in like suburbia, and you know a few myths. No, we don't all ride them. 2, one, we don't all ride them. 2, they don't deliver our mail, because that would be icky, right? And only the girls could do it, and that's not fair. Equal opportunity and all that. And 3, they don't just bound around in their front yards. That's not a thing. You'll find them out in the outer suburbs where there's rural countryside, and you'll find them, of course, in the bush. And you will find them by the side of the road, and that's where it's dangerous. That's where it's very, very dangerous. So there's a theory. There's a couple of theories as to why they congregate on country roads and tend to pop out in front of traffic all the time, because it is very, very, very common occurrence. If you come to Australia and drive out in the outback anywhere and you don't see a kangaroo that's come to grief, that's unusual. So what they do, our roads out in country areas, rural areas, especially in the outback, the roads that are finished and tarred, they actually on the edges they slope downwards, and that's just so the water runs off them. Now, because the water runs off them, grass will shoot up, and that's where they'll go to eat. Now, when it comes to dusk and then night time, they go to the road to eat. They also go to the road in the cooler months because the road's warm. They will then jump out, and much like a deer, for my American friends, they get startled by the lights and stop where they are. And that's when you're going to hit them. If you hit a reasonable, it doesn't have to be a massive roo, but if you hit one, and you're going at speed in the outback, it's an absolute mess. You write your car off. You're in the middle of nowhere. You're potentially going to get really, really hurt. 9 times out of 10, kangaroos actually stuck in that. Don't want to gross you out. Some of you are definitely having lunch, but they'll get stuck in the grill of a car, especially with trucks. It's the same. That's why they have special grills on the front of trucks when they have to do long-haul trucking. It's not nice. It's not a pleasant experience, and it's also a really unpleasant experience if kangaroo is still alive and you don't have means to help him on his way. It's really not a pleasant thing. So I've made the World Kangaroo Day really sad and awful, which I didn't mean to do. But yeah, be aware. Actually, the biggest tip and what we do when we're travelling, and when we made that, now Eric's going to nod now. Eric remembers when we moved from Queensland to Darwin, and that takes about 3 days of driving all day to get there. It's a very long, far away place. What we would do is we would stop. We wouldn't start too early when it was sunrise. We'd wait until the sun had risen, and then we would stop and stay somewhere when it hit dusk. Because when it hits dusk, It's really dangerous. It's very, very dangerous. So we would prefer not to take that chance and just decided that that's where we'd stop for the night. So that's a hot tip for anybody who's coming out and planning to do any driving out where you might find kangaroos. And they're closer to the city than you think they are. They're not just out in the outback.
Rachel,
So that is my, sorry.
Right, I remember Skippy the bush kangaroo. Yeah.
Skippy the bush kangaroo. I tell you what, that Skippy was talented too. He'd go, and Sonny would say, "What's that, Skip?" And he'd go, "Oh, Billy's fallen down the well, and he's got red sneakers on, and he's got that's amazing. Okay, I'll find him." He got all that information from Genius kangaroo. It was the paws on sticks that bothered me the most. When you'd see Skippy suddenly like release a gas valve or something, and these paws would come along. Just the paws are in the shot, and they're clearly on sticks. It was just so funny. That's Australian television at its finest. But yes, that's it. Yeah, we love Skippy. Skippy's great. But if you want to meet a nice, lovely kangaroo, you'll find lots of them in nature parks and in obviously the zoo, but we don't like zoos. If you go to there's some beautiful nature parks here, and there's some great ones all over Australia. There's great ones. The zoos up in New South Wales, the Taronga Zoo in Sydney. That's a really nice zoo. That's a very sweet zoo, and you can pat the wallabies and pat the kangaroos, and they're really sweet. They're really, really sweet. I just wouldn't bother one or startle one out in nature. They're not used to people.
Yeah, that makes sense. Steve says Skippy for UK Prime Minister.
Okay, we'll do better than the one. I mean, we could really switch Skippy out with a lot of the world leaders, yeah?
Yeah.
I think so. I think we could. I absolutely think we could. Yeah. Okay, let's go on to the next day. I'm trying to find another subject that I can dominate and Eric won't speak. Here's one. Wear It Pink Day is today. If you wear something pink for breast cancer awareness. Oh. Breast cancer is one of those things that is just on the rise and more common than you think, and it hits the healthiest and the least suspecting people at risk of making myself ill. Kylie Minogue had breast cancer, and she was pretty fit and pretty young, and she luckily, thank goodness, she managed to beat breast cancer. Olivia Newton-John was another one. She ended up with all sorts of terrible cancers, but she started as breast cancer. It's amazing how many women that we all recognise, and we don't know them because they don't know us. But in our families, I'm sure there's somebody listening who has been affected by breast cancer in some way, either themselves or somebody that they know and love. I'm sure there is, because it is really, really on the rise. But there's preventative things. There's self-check, which is very important to do. Some people find it really uncomfortable and weird. I don't. It's just do it in the shower when you're soaping. It's easy.
Oh, Rach, you could have Robbie check.
No. Well, if he gets any bigger, I can check his. But actually, do you know what? Men can also get breast cancer, so that's not funny. Self-check always, and always self-check. If something, even if you don't think something's nothing, make sure you get it checked by a doctor, because the one day that you think, oh well, that's probably not worth talking to. It absolutely is, and if it's nothing, cool. But if it is something, early detection is key. Cancers, but in this cancer, early detection is key. So if you're over 50, like I am, make sure you have your regular mammograms. Make sure you do that. Well, I don't know about everywhere else, but in this country, it's free. So make sure you have them. They aren't the most fun. It's like a weird sort of pancake massage situation that's really uncomfortable, but it doesn't take long. And if it saves your life, do it.
Hmm.
And the other thing too is to just, look after your general health. I mean, that sounds, pretty stock standard for anything. Everybody should take care of their general health, but please don't muck around with things like that. Make sure you're self-checking, and I can't stress it again. If you feel something and it feels like a lump or it feels like a bump or it feels like something, please get it checked, because it may be nothing. It may be a cyst. It may be nothing, but wouldn't it be better to know that rather than ignore it until it's too late to ignore? So please be serious about the awareness of that. That would be really great. If you could all do that as a personal favour to me, that would be brilliant. Okay. Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
I've got to say, and I'll let you talk a little bit here because you've been very good thus far. It's 15 minutes and you're doing really well. I'm going to let you talk a little bit once I let you. World Tripe Day.
Huh?
Yuck. Disgusting. Ew. Thoughts?
World what?
Tripe.
Oh, yummy.
Yeah, I knew you'd say that because gross.
No, yummy. Because what you do is you cook it, you put some vinegar on it like my grandma used to, and she'd serve it with potatoes.
See, I would cook it, and like you say, put a little bit of vinegar on it, and then I would give it to the dog. Not my dog, a dog.
Do you know, my grandma, one of my grandma's dinner, boiled potatoes, tripe with onion, and stinging nettles with vinegar on.
See, grew up in the Depression, didn't she?
Yeah. That's all there was.
That's what I'm saying.
That's all there was.
That's all they want, and they got it.
Yeah, my grandfather was not allowed to pull up the stinging nettles because Nanny wanted them for greens on the plate.
Well, look, people eat kale, so I'm not surprised. It's really fine.
Yeah.
Now, I want everybody to pay very close attention. I'm asking a lot of you today, but I know that you, our lovely audience, you're smart people. You're very intelligent people, except for Steve Mann. You're all very intelligent people, but I want you to pay attention to this one. It's really important. You too, Uncle Eric, pay attention.
Right.
Okay? Today is Take Back Your Time Day.
Uh-huh.
Now, some days rush past in a blur. So Take Back Your Time Day steps in with a very bold message to pause, reset, and reclaim your hours. It's a reminder that time isn't just something we spend, it's something we shape. So the day invites people to slow down and choose what truly fills them up. Instead of answering every ping or pushing through more tasks, you got to reflect on what brings you peace and joy and meaning. So we all need to take a break from the constant pull of busy routines, and this day speaks to that need in particular. It gives people a chance to turn off the noise and focus on the moments they've been missing. So that could mean fewer meetings, more walks, or simply doing nothing for a short break. Even a short break itself can restore calm, and it gives you patience and gives you focus and gives you all the things you need. Just a short break can do that. So taking time and taking control of time can feel like you're getting part of your life back. That's basically what that means, and I think that's important for everybody. It's and I mean, there's ways to do it that are pretty easy. Choose a solid hour at any time, after work, whatever you want to do. Choose a solid hour when all devices go silent. Let your mind rest without notifications. Use that break for something low key, like for Eric, like stretching. Like for me, my favourite thing to do is just stare out the window because I've got this beautiful garden. I was doing the roses today. I stare out the window. Many people feel like lighter and calmer, even after a really short tech break. I'm all about sleep hygiene, so there are no devices in my bedroom, and that's the rule for me, and it works. Okay, block creative or quiet time. So excuse me, reserve space in your schedule for something just for you. So reading, sketching, silent reflection, doing the crossword, you know, bit of needlepoint, whatever it is. Time blocking helps focus on what matters most. You don't need hours. Just start with 15 focused minutes. Give yourself permission to enjoy something without a deadline attached to it. Now take a walk with purpose. Go outside without a destination and let the fresh air and the movement reset your mood. Walking, actually, and exercise in general, has been proven by studies to improve your mood and can even assist if you have depression, because any kind of exercise will release endorphins, and that is the body's natural giggle juice. So you should really take a walk. But when you walk around, just let your mind wander, and you might notice details that you would normally miss because you're rushing through it. Limit your emails and message checks. So pick 2 set times to scan notifications, and this stops your day from spinning out of control. You'll get more done with fewer interruptions. The quiet between checks helps you stay grounded. That is true. Plan your meals or breaks ahead. So prepare breakfast, snacks or tea the night before. Then pause. You can pause and enjoy them fully because you haven't had to rush to prepare. These little rituals also add calm and structure. There's a couple of more here I want to mention. Choose one no choice. Pick one thing to say no to. An extra meeting, an online scroll, a request you can skip. Declining brings space for what you love. Saying no is not selfish. It's not. It's smart. And it gives you room to say yes to what matters. You make more space for yeses. Do a mini mental check-in. Spend 5 quiet minutes noticing how you feel. This is what, guys, I talk about mindfulness a lot. This is it. Tune into tension, calm, or happiness. That can quick check your guide, and then that will inform you as to what next steps to take. So awareness will help you shift instead of staying stuck.
Yeah, I've got a couple of messages for you. One is from Steve Mann, who says, Rachel, less of the compliments. I'm less intelligent than a cabbage. Right.
He's blushing.
Right. Michael says, I reserve space in my time to go to sleep. And then
that's fine.
Yeah, that's cool. And make sure Steve added, make sure Elizabeth is Eric's personal trainer. Yeah.
She already is, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah. And Michael's showing off, saying since May last year, I've walked over 3.2 million steps,
that's amazing.
Which works out at 63.2 marathons.
That's genius, and great that you kept a track of it. That's the thing, keep a track of those things, because what a sense of accomplishment you feel after that time. You go, I did all that? And you go, yeah, you did.
Ian says, afternoon, Eric and evening, Rachel. Have a break, have a Kit Kat.
Exactly. If that's what you want to do, you should do it. And, just to stop you for 5 minutes, you can sit there and enjoy the Kit Kat, even though they've got smaller.
Smaller?
But don't start me on that.
No. No, I'm just not going there. And I have to do this, Rach.
Yep.
Dobry Den, Moscow. Dobry Den.
Yep.
I can see you all listening. Thank you. Dobry Den, Popradsky Spravi. Hello to everybody here, there, and everywhere. And what was it? It's easy to track your steps if you have an online fitness watch or carry your phone on you when you walk.
Yep, that's true, because either one will measure your steps for you. And if you really want to go old school, just get a pedometer.
Yeah.
Because that's still great.
Actually, I'm interested now. Yeah.
What in?
Well,
what you've been walking?
Contrary to normal belief, I do walk around a lot in the office, going from A to B to C to B to A.
That counts as steps, you know that.
But that's what I was thinking.
Will your phone do it, or
Yeah.
do you need a pedometer?
No, my phone would do it, but it it almost revolts me to put one on my phone because I've got nothing on my phone. And
You'll get one at Tesco.
Probably.
A pedometer. You can just get a regular pedometer and you just hook it onto your belt loop or wherever.
Yeah.
Like you would a pager.
Yeah, but you're absolutely right about the turning away from the ping on your phone going off every 5 minutes.
Yeah, you got to.
Yeah, and honestly, boys and girls, since I took all the social media off my phone, I can honestly say, instead of being stressed and going back to sit at a computer every evening to see what people are going on about, I don't do it, and they have to wait till the morning.
Yeah. What I've done is seriously cut back on social media, and people would notice this because I'm not on Facebook that much.
Yeah.
And I mean, I'll look at it, you know, every couple of days I look at it, but I'm not on my social media that much. I'm very rarely on it. I'm on it. I check Facebook every couple of days. I check Instagram every couple of days. I'm not really on TikTok. And yeah, my email. The only reason why I check email is because there happens to be a lot of communication about like my insurance and my registration and all the, you know, sort of businessy, housey things. But that's mostly what my email is about. So I check that on the daily. But, you know, generally I don't. But I don't do anything with devices after about 8 o'clock because it actually stimulates your brain. And, you know, if you have trouble sleeping like I do, you have to just take your wins where you can. And it's a known fact, if you don't get rid of the devices by a certain time, it messes with your circadian rhythms, which is, you know, how you operate as a human being. And that's just biology. And it'll mess that up. So your sleeping patterns get out of whack. Now, everybody will know how this works. Everybody's done it once in their life, at least. I do it all the time. And so that's why I've got to be very mindful. But if you haven't gone to sleep generally by about 11 o'clock, your window has closed. So you're going to struggle to get back to sleep until your next window, which is usually at about 3 or 4. And that is not good. So when you manage to fall asleep at 4 o'clock in the morning, you've then gone into a REM sleep from there, and you're in a very deep sleep, but you have to get up at 6:30 and go to work or whatever you have to do.
Yeah,
so
I know
then
that.
You're in deep trouble. And it happens to me all the time. Your circadian rhythms are really serious. Your windows of sleepers. All you have to do is a little bit of Google research to find out how they work and what would work for you. And maybe it can answer some questions as to why you're having such trouble sleeping. But, you know, I don't ingest any caffeine or anything like that, anything like soft drink with, you know, sugar or caffeine, which I don't drink that much anyway, but I don't do that, or coffee or tea after midday, because it will absolutely send me off on one. I just can't do it.
Okay.
So I don't. And, you know, I've learned these things through trial and error. But the other thing that I've learned is terrific, and I'm looking at one right now. I've got this lovely room spray, and it's lavender, because lavender is a known relaxant. And I put spray lavender all over the place. And I put a little bit of lavender on my temples, which can also help with a headache, I'll have you know.
Yes.
And Martina would know this because she knows all those cool things. And then I've got one of those diffusers with the jar of lovely with the sticks hanging out of it. That's all lavender, and I make sure that's all sorted. I've got to make sure the bed's just so, and then I can get in bed, close my eyes, do a bit of Michael Seeley, which you know I love. And then I'm off. And some days, And some days it just won't work because my brain chemistry is kind of loopy. But most of the time it does, but very hard and fast rules. I learned all the stuff about sleep hygiene when I was in the hospital, Uncle Eric. Which, might I say, graduated from hospital 15 years ago this month.
Wow.
I know.
Gosh. Can I do some messages quickly for you?
Yes, you can. You can.
And this is going to be hard because the first one is from Steve, who's actually come up with a very positive 2 messages.
Oh, he must be ill.
He is. First of all, he says, wait, I've got to go back up again. There's so many messages. Steve's doctor has upped his exercise routine from 60 minutes to 90 minutes a day. And it's doing wonders for his pain relief.
Oh, yeah, it would, because you get it moving.
Yeah, and cut down on the added sugar. Michael's devices are set on a timer. After 9 p.m, they go into a do not disturb mode. I don't get any notifications until 8 a.m. when the alarm goes off.
That's brilliant.
And Ian Gillen says, totally agree with both of you vis-a-vis having a digital break.
Yeah, got to. Got to.
Yeah. Do you want
It'll save you bacon.
No, don't mention... Oh, no, that's all right. Elizabeth's not there. She's at school. Don't mention bacon.
Oh, yeah.
Because she's obsessed with it.
She's found a new thing.
Yeah, I know. No, the new thing is spiders.
Oh, she should come here.
No, every day when I go home. Daddy, spider?
Oh, the drink. I thought you meant the actual creature, because I'm going to say Australia's got heaps of them.
No, it's one of them I got from that well-known shop you mentioned. Was
I not supposed to say that?
No, a robotic spider about the size of Robbie's hands, which means that's very big.
Oh.
A robotic snake.
Oh.
And when it goes behind the sofa, you obviously can't get it because you'd have to pull the sofa out to get to it. But oh no.
Oh, I see.
Oh no. It goes down the back of the spider, works itself out, and then it comes out of the sofa at the other end. And you go, ugh!
Genius.
I know. And Elizabeth loves them. Absolutely. Oh, shut up again.
Okay, that's enough. That's enough. That's enough. I'll do a bit of hunting because first of all, I'm Auntie Rach who gives the best presents. We know this from the quote. But I'll have a dig around and see if I can find some cool books. Because they're really interesting. Not boring like, books that'll make her learn anything. But, yeah, interesting books with cool spiders because Australians do spiders better than anybody.
Oh,
they do. We do.
Elizabeth thinks it's funny to put the spider on my head, where I pretend to be nervous.
I think that's genius and also funny. I do. I truly do.
Yeah.
Let us come to another day. Okay, I'm just trying to... They're a bit lame today. I'm trying to find one that's interesting. Do you know what I might do? Because it's my show and I do what I want. I be the boss today. I'm going to do a little bit of on this day historical events from October 24th.
Okay.
Because the rest of the days are mostly about food and then about urinary tract infections in old people and. We don't talk about that. Yeah, exactly. Historical events, October. I'll go to more recent ones. I won't start you off with the 1800s. That's a drag. I will go a little bit further. Let's see. Let's see if I'm one that's interesting.
Hold on a minute. Steve says, I thought Rachel was always the boss. And Michael has put a thumbs up to that.
I love you guys. I love you guys. I truly do. Okay. Oh, no, in 1963, Uncle Eric,
Mm.
Dutch KRO TV shows the first episode of the American Western series Bonanza. The Dutch. Gotta love that.
Yeah, no,
okay.
they would
Sorry, go
because the biggest complaint that NL1 had was when they turned off a program because the Dutch subtitles had broken, and they had so many complaints they just turned the program back on again without any subtitles until they got sorted out, because everybody in Holland speaks English, and they don't.
Oh, that's great! I'm going to go there.
Yeah, I know. They just and it's not a pidgin English; it's a proper English. And I think most of NOS 1 and 2, apart from the news, are all English programs. I mean, BBC 1 and 2, for some historical reason, are available in Holland on cable.
Oh.
There you go.
Okay. Well, here's a fun one. Here's a silly one. In 1968, Mick Jagger and Marion Faithfull are busted for possession of the devil's lettuce.
The marijuana.
Yeah, the devil's lettuce.
Mm-hmm.
And for having broccoli in their possession, and they were released on £50 bail. Isn't that interesting? And now you can walk around half of America and just whoosh it into you.
You can in London, but here, what would be considered personal possession in London is a 3-month in prison thing here.
Oh, crikey! That's.
But the best one of all was when the police said they'd found a marijuana farm up in the mountains, and they were going to burn it on Sunday. So don't panic, there's a lot of smoke around. And they told everybody where it was. And everybody was driving up the mountains to breathe in the smoke from the marijuana plants.
Wow.
That went well, didn't it?
I'm going to give you some actually contradictory things, which will prove a couple of things. I'll get to the point. In 1978, Keith Richards is convicted of her possession in Toronto.
Yes.
Do you remember?
Yes, I do.
Well, the thing that's really funny about that and Mick Jagger is that in 1979, on this same day, remember this all happened on October 24th, in 1970, because this was 1978 for Keith Richards, it was 60-something for Mick Jagger, and in 1979, Guinness Book of Records presents Paul McCartney with a rhodium disc as all-time best-selling singer-songwriter. So while the Rolling Stones were really getting stoned, the Beatles were doing other really great things, although it was just, completely juxtaposed. God love them. That's really funny. Oh, here's one for you. 1980, Great Britain performs a nuclear test at Nevada test site. Do you remember that?
No.
There you go. We'll move on. Here's one you will remember.
Oh, hang on.
1980.
Steve's being rude.
Oh, okay.
And reckons that Mick Jagger was busted for Mars bars.
Oh.
You don't know that, do you?
No.
No, I can't.
I thought you meant actual Mars bars. I'm going, what's the problem?
I can't say on the radio.
Oh, okay. Oh, I think I know what you mean. Is it how you go to space?
No.
When you eat something, it goes to space. You go to space.
No.
Oh, so it's not an edible.
No. No,
Okay.
it's
I'll have to wonder.
It's the nether regions.
No.
with his girlfriend.
Oh, you. 1980. John Lennon. Back to the Beatles being better than the Rolling Stones. 1980, John Lennon releases his single "Starting Over" in the UK.
Yeah.
So that's really cool.
It's quite a nice track, that.
Yeah.
Because it wasn't quite so.
Okay.
It wasn't quite so hippie, and I know there is a message in it. I know that, but it wasn't so brash like some of his loving type songs. You know, it was more normal. Because who the hell's going to hire a room in Canada and sit in their bedclothes singing in their 90s singing a song? Not really real, is it?
Well, maybe they were tired.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, long recording day.
Okay, in 2003, on October 24th, Concorde made its first final commercial flight.
Yep.
That was a good job too. That was a terrible thing.
What? Concorde?
Yeah.
No.
It was a bit of a lemon, a bit of a DeLorean in the sky.
No.
Although the DeLorean was in the sky.
It was wonderful, and to be honest, I agree with the view that had certain technicians did their job properly, Concorde would still be flying now.
Huh.
I agree with that sentiment entirely.
All right.
And the French had to put lots of money into Concorde, but because it was an accord between the UK and France. I mean, it's like the first flight. You know, the French had to taxi it up the runway first. Ah, shut up. And I just don't. Well, the problem is if you went to remake it now, the cost would be astronomical. So much so you couldn't sell the tickets at the price to cover the plane.
There you go.
Yeah, I know. And do you want another useless information? Do you remember the 256 desktop computers from decades ago?
Not really.
They were the ones you had in the office where you told it to do something, go make a cup of tea and come back and hope it was working.
Oh, yeah. I remember those. Our mainframes used to work on them and stuff.
Yeah, that's right. Well, the computing in Concorde wasn't as powerful as that.
Huh.
Yeah, I don't know.
Do you want to be horrified? I know I do.
Go on then.
2021. Michael Jordan's 1984 Nike airships sell for $1.472 million at Sotheby's, setting a new record for sneakers at auction. Wouldn't they stink?
Oh, you mean shoes?
Shoes he wore.
Yeah, but you said ship.
Yeah, they're called airships.
Oh,
Nike airships. Yeah.
I didn't know that.
No, but nobody should know that.
No.
That's just terrible.
Okay. I see some of that. What's it called now? Where they buy rental lockers that have run out of money, run out of time.
Oh, storage lockers.
That's it.
And they just, but you don't. Storage Wars is a show on TV.
Yeah.
You don't. They don't unlock it. You bid on it locked. You don't know what's in there.
No,
and then you might end up with treasures.
No, there's one set of. I think it's called Storage Wars. Where
that's what I just said. Are you deaf today?
Yeah, probably. No, there's one of them where they cut the lock off and open it, and then everybody starts bidding.
Nah, see, the one I've seen, they don't open it.
Oh, right.
You just bid, and it's like, you know what? It's like gambling for weird people.
Yeah, I know. But they open it up, and one bloke, he amassed $40,000 on a $600 storage thingy from unopened branded shoes. Trainers.
That's crazy.
I know.
Because people pay a lot of money for their shoes. I think it's obscene. And I quite understand it, but whatever.
Oh, apparently the trainers you're talking about, Ian says sneakers, aka trainers, were never used. And Trina says, I know about that, the shoes or trainers.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's Trina.
It's amazing, the amount people will spend. I've got a couple more. Do you remember COVID? Seems like years ago. This is interesting. In 2020, Colombia records more than 1 million cases of COVID. But they were only the 8th globally.
Good Lord.
Yeah, I know. And in 2021, COVID-19 cases in Eastern Europe surpassed 20 million.
Yeah.
With Russia, Ukraine and Romania among the top 5 countries reporting deaths globally.
Yeah, here they were very, not strict, but very strong on what you could and couldn't do. And for months I drove to work and I was the only car on the road. And I did get stopped a couple of times, and then one of the policemen said, "I will take a note of your number, because we've seen the letters, and with those letters, I'm what was it? Essential media. That was it. I was essential media, so we could all come to work in the office."
Wow.
Hang on, Michael's got it.
Wow, okay.
It was auction hunters that you were talking about, as I know there was one group who paid $15,000 for a locker and made $1.5 million on paintings that were in the locker. Yeah, I remember that. Yeah, I do. I remember that one well. God almighty.
Okay, let's talk about... I'm just flicking around here to see what's interesting. Let's talk about who died.
Thank you.
Why not? Okay, let's see. Anybody I recognise? Probably not. Gosh, they've got obscure people on this list.
What?
Maybe this is a bad idea. I didn't recognise this. A single name of that? That's terrible.
Yeah, but Rach, I don't, because a lot of these sites are very Americanised. And
they are.
With respect, a lot of the stars, I don't mean superstars, I mean stars of countries, you go to the country next door, nobody's ever heard of them.
Yeah. It was weird. This is an interesting one. In 1962, on October 24th, soul singer James Brown gives an electrifying performance on Black America's most famous stage, a performance recorded later, released as Live at the Apollo.
Yep. Yeah.
He was great.
I wish I had more access to the voice, because I can do a good James Brown.
I bet. I feel good, which you're not allowed to do right now.
No, I'm not going to do that.
Even though you feel fine.
Yeah.
Here we go. 1969. Movie star Richard Burton dazzles wife Elizabeth Taylor and their legions of fans. Now remember, this is 1969. When he buys her a 69-carat Cartier diamond ring costing $1.5 million. In 1969.
What would that be today?
More. It would be a lot. I don't know. Somebody smart can tell us, maybe.
Yeah, what? 1 point.
That would be great if somebody can tell us what that would mean today.
Hmm.
One of you geniuses is doing maths, I hope. Meanwhile, we'll talk about the next one. I remember Marv Albert.
Who?
Marv Albert. He was a commentator I think a sports commentator in the States. You don't know who he was?
No.
Okay, we won't talk about him. He only did a bad thing anyway.
Oh, okay.
So that's fine. He did a bad thing. It was not good. He was a bad man. Okay. Okay. Here we go. Let's go. 1962, the Soviet ships approached but stopped short of the US blockade of Cuba during the Cuban Missile Crisis. Cuban Missile Crisis, I wasn't alive for that, but that was a scary time.
I was scared.
I know, a lot of people were, and the kids were taught how to stop, drop, and roll or whatever they were doing, get under the desk or something. Mind you, to be fair, American school children are taken through that same drill to this day, almost on the daily, because of their horrible pew-pewing.
Oh, Ian Gilligan reckons it's 1 billion plus for Richard Burton's
It
ring.
has to be.
Yeah.
That's ridiculous.
That's bonkers.
Like, don't you think that's ridiculous?
Yeah.
I do. I think, no, I don't think so.
No. Do you know what I think? Genuinely, I think the value of jewellery is in the time you spend looking for it.
You know what? Do you remember when I lost my wedding ring in Switzerland?
Mm-hmm.
I got a new one about 5 years later, although we went to the exact same jeweller and got the exact same ring, which was great.
Mm-hmm.
In this last 4 months, I don't know where it is.
Oh, no.
I've done it again.
Oh.
I won't get another one.
No.
I might get like one of those bin ties wrapped around my finger or something.
Oh, blimey.
Maybe one of those.
Rachel, you're doing very well. Because
thank you.
Axel's just put up, have a wonderful weekend, everyone. RTA Poprad rocks. So you
enjoy your new car. I'm watching the videos.
Yeah, but he had a problem with it, didn't he? What was it?
Yeah. Oh, did he?
Yeah, something to do with the fuel. And he had to go and buy it.
Was grooving out to tunes.
I can't remember. I'm not going to try because I won't.
Oh.
Yeah. So I've lost the plot now. 1 billion.
All right,
yes.
I'll find it.
1 billion. I mean, I since
That's obscene.
Yeah, I genuinely believe that presents that are thought about, cross-checked, blah 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 blah, are more valuable than another one of 10 times the value that people just sort of I'll buy that just because it will shut somebody up.
Yeah.
And I don't get it. I don't get it.
I don't get it either.
No.
I don't get it either. It's boring and stupid. I'll give you one more. This is a quick one, okay? And it's interesting. In 1911, Orville Wright remains in the air for 9 minutes and 45 seconds in a glider at Kill Devil Hills, North Carolina, setting a new world record that stood for 10 years.
Crikey.
I know. The Wrights were really great. Robbie was watching a documentary about them the other day.
Yeah, I do like watching their documentary. It's really kind of cool. Really is very, very cool.
In 1926, on this day, Harry Houdini's last performance.
No.
Yeah, 1926.
Was that
I thought he was more recent than that.
Was that the water one?
I would say so.
Yeah.
I would say it was. I mean, he'd do something massive for his last one. You would think, wouldn't you?
Yeah, I'd have thought so.
Wouldn't you think?
Yeah, I would have think. But no, I can't get the 1 billion plus out
The
of my head.
1.5 billion, that's not right. I mean,
No.
not to say the number's not right, but the notion of it's not right. But I think the notion of $1.5 million for a ring now is ridiculous.
Yeah, I do, honestly. I mean, it's not devaluing somebody when you buy them a ring that they will love at $250.
Well, that's right. And I mean, the one that Robbie bought me, it's not an I never had an engagement ring. I didn't want one.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not that sort of person. I don't like wearing blingy things. I just don't like it. But he bought me a plain wedding band, not plain. It had little diamonds in it. It had a lot of diamonds and they were good, but it was white gold. And it was beautiful. And it cost maybe about $900, which to me is a little bit expensive.
Mm-hmm.
But, you know, and now it's cost more because I've had two.
Oh, God.
Oh.
Mm.
Oh.
Anyway, you have made it.
Oh, I've made it.
Yes.
Yay. I was worried about it. That's good. And hopefully I got you to not talk as much as you would have.
True. But it leaves me to ask you.
What am I doing this weekend?
Yes.
Well, as it happens, tomorrow night, I was at my dad's place today. Do you know what I did? I mowed his lawn. I'm such a good daughter because Dad's been a bit ill.
Yeah.
So I mowed his lawn for him. Robbie was going to do it, and I said, no, he's my dad, I'll do it. So I did. And then I came and did gardening here. But tomorrow, we're getting Dad's yard ready because tomorrow's my stepmother's 60th birthday.
Oh, wow.
And there's a party, and we've organised the cake, and I'm organising all the music, of course. I made myself in charge of that. But the candles on the cake, there's a bunch of them, and they're letters, and they spell out, don't ask.
Huh?
You know, don't ask me how old I am.
Oh, very
Isn't that
clever.
I mean, it's a bit of a giveaway because we know it's her 60th, but still, I thought they were really cute. So
Talking of which,
grabbed those.
just very quickly, have a guess how old Sir Cliff Richard is.
Oh, he'd be 80 now for sure.
84.
There you go. Yeah.
And he was recently interviewed by a newspaper, and it was shock, horror, amazement because he was having a cocktail, and people said, "But you don't drink, do you?" And he said, "Well, I might not be here next year."
Yeah. And he's right. That's like, you know, enjoy.
Yeah, and I hate him because his 2026 calendar is coming out now. And he looks about 65.
Yeah, he looks good.
He really does. Amazing.
Good. What are you doing on the weekend? Not talking, I know. The end. Bye-bye. End of question.
No, I've got to put a suit on tomorrow.
Oh, why?
Christmas photos.
Oh, yuck. Okay.
Yeah, so I've got
not good.
No, this will be not one of the sillies that you do, and everybody should look out for Rachel's Christmas silly cards.
Oh, my advent calendar is coming soon, guys.
Oh, it's brilliant. This is Elizabeth in a tartan dress, a red tartan dress. Daddy's got to wear a red tie, which goes against the grain. Martina's got I mean, the outfit she's got is long trousers, blouse, and it's the kind of one you could go out to an evening event with.
I wear all of those. I never wear a dress. Yuck.
Yeah, well, she's wearing those, and so we're off to there. So listen, we'll go with some Axel, shall we?
Yeah, well, let's go with some Axel. Thanks for joining us, everybody. Bye.
Bye.
The Steve Bishop Show is ready to depart. Stand clear of the doors, please.